Friday night. Whiskey round table, pour a dram or flight. Whiskey round table. Oh, Greg, Karen, and the whiskey wizard talking facts and tastings. They've got you covered. Whiskey round table. Oh.
Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable.
I guess we are your hosts, Big G.
Karen Hillkeller.
Doug Dunbar.
And Zach.
And once again, I mean, two shows
two in a row.
It's kind of a record.
I don't know what you guys did to deserve it, but
Zach likes to join us on the holidays. So.
It's always good to have Zach here.
That's right.
Absolutely.
We love to have producer Zach join us. And so what show of the year is this, Greg?
Our 31st show.
Beautiful. It's almost as if we did the show an hour ago.
I almost said, I was going to say 30, and I'm like, I'll just go 31. 31.
Carry the one.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing, man.
We are good. I love the tie, Big G.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Very dapper.
Look at me, I
festive.
coordinate.
I got my Christmas shirt on. Okay, so this is our main holiday episode, and we're after tonight we take our winter break, and so we'll get to that. But you can watch our Facebook page, and we'll get out announcements in the new year as to when we restart this thing. So.
That's it.
Yeah, but since it is the last show of the year, why don't we give another shout out to our great sponsors, the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op, of course, Cleveland Whiskey, Royal Havana Cigars, Simply Greek, Low Imports, Roll & Smoke Barbecue, Chagrin Valley Beverage, 21 Staves, North Coast Jazz Ensemble, and Rawhide Firearms. So, yeah. Awesome.
All right.
Great sponsors.
So what are you cooking upstairs? You're making some sausage?
No, that's for after the show. No, just
Oh,
kidding.
that's what I'm saying. That's a,
Yeah, brother.
oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's where I head out.
See, I'm so tired. I'm like, whoa, I
I'm
got
bringing sausage to the game today.
All right.
more like cocktail wieners. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's all right. It's still chewable.
And so what are we smoking or pre-gaming there with, and pre-gaming with, I should say?
I'm smoking a 770 Royal Havana cigar.
Right.
And I'm almost done with it. I started it early.
That thing is huge.
Thank you for
Yeah, the ring
thank
gauge
you.
on that.
Pull my shirt down.
That's
Oh, he's getting a big head about it already.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Everybody want to see my candy cane?
It's one of the little ones.
It is, but again, it's still chewable.
Jeez
Won't
Louise.
make you choke.
Welcome, everybody.
We always have the most wonderful conversations
Yeah,
when you're here.
It's
us
always
right
in
in
the
the holidays,
opening, too. Yeah.
Last time it was, Jimbo farting, and
Oh, yeah.
I think that was last week's topic.
Yeah.
now
was
we're
boy.
talking about your candy cane and your
That's it.
sausage.
That's it.
Dear Lord.
One bite of it make anybody smile.
Everything we look forward to in the holidays.
That's it.
Telling you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dear Lord.
What? Oh, hey. Oh, I hear Boo Boo up there barking.
I
Uh-oh.
know.
I think she wants more food.
Yeah.
She always wants more
You
food.
know, she ain't getting none.
No, as long as
Well,
she's not
and
tearing up the furniture and the walls.
Food
and
and
walls.
attention. That seems to be the...
That silly dog. She's so
Yeah.
cute. She's so bad, but she's so cute. I don't
Yeah.
know where she got this tack. I don't know where that came from, and I stepped on it.
Attack.
A tack. Like how I have the tacks on
Yeah,
that
yeah,
chair. Yeah, but it was black, and I stepped on it. Not all the way. I was like, what the hell is that? And it didn't puncture my foot or nothing. And I picked it up. I'm like, holy shit, that's a tack. Now, mind you, today, like when I came home and everything else, I went in and out of that, and I saw something black on the ground, and I was gonna kick it, and I did. I was like, I'll just pick it up later, and I forgot and walked back and forth. I don't know, 4 or
just
5
gonna
times.
kick it.
Never. No, I mean, I was just
wasn't
gonna.
pick it up.
I don't mean like kick it out of the way. I mean, I didn't know what it was.
I'll pick that up in 6 years.
I was gonna bring it outside of her kennel, so to say.
They'll find it at the estate sale.
So,
Maybe Karen will step on it if I push it over here.
that's a great idea. I think I have some glass too. But anyway, but I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, holy shit, that's a tack. I threw it up on the table. I was like, I don't know how I didn't step on it.
It's
but
probably because you know how she gets under the furniture because she eats everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's probably you know how they sometimes they tack up
Yeah.
Yep.
the material and stuff.
I
I'm
don't know.
sure that's where it
Found
came
it and
from.
ripped it off.
Oh,
God only knows. Every
she's
time we come
destroyed
home, it's
all
like
the furniture.
you open the door with one eye open. Like, what did she do this time?
She's so happy.
Yeah.
I'm home. Boy, you got a lot to clean up. I'm going to bed. Don't wake me.
Oh, my goodness.
That friggin' dog.
Yeah, but she's the best little snuggle dog.
Yeah.
She's wonderful to sleep with.
Yeah. Well, she's in the river, but anyway.
Stop it.
What?
Stop it.
What?
So Zach, anything new on like what's going on?
Not a whole lot. I've actually been trying to pare down my whiskey collection a little bit. I finally ran out of room in my cabinet, so I guess that's a good thing.
Sometimes you just got to do it, right?
I know.
It's a tough thing, but you gotta do it.
You need a bigger cabinet.
No. That's why I got myself one of those old mahogany secretary desks.
Yeah, cool.
And I pretty much told myself, I'm like, I'm only allowed to keep as many bottles fit in the top of this, and then I'm done.
Well, you know,
if you need help paring that down anymore, you know, we're
No,
always
that's-
available to help a brother
I got
out.
a couple I need to bring in the new year. I ended up getting Limestone Branches 2022 special release, the barrel proof one.
Oh, I've never heard
I
of
wanted to
that.
bring that one.
Is that the Ohio?
No, it's a distillery exclusive.
Okay.
And there's one other that I forget where I'm like, I need to bring it over for those guys. But, I mean, those will be good ones for the new year.
Right.
Throw
yeah.
them into the mix.
I have one of the Ohio releases.
Oh,
The
yeah.
higher proof one.
Oh, for the Yellowstone?
Yeah, Yellowstone.
Yeah, they have the Yellowstone. They have the Yellowstone Full Proof. And then every year they have a special release bottle, which is
Right.
always
Nice.
fantastic.
They just came out, not Yellowstone, Maker's Mark just released all of their flavor bottles, apple pie and, pumpkin and all these different. I didn't participate in that this year. It's just like I have, I don't know, 3 or 4 different series of those bottles from when they first started coming out. And this year I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm not
And
gonna
you know,
bother.
I'm not much of a fan of that. For some reason, those come across really hot to me. The Maker's Mark ones.
Yeah, some do to me and some don't. I like the what is it, the 49?
Oh, 46.
46, yeah.
That's a
46
great.
is
That's
great.
a great
That is
drink.
good.
That
It
is
is.
really a great drink. I'd rather spend my money on that than the flavor tone bottles, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Agreed.
they're $60-some, $65 a bottle or whatever. But and me, I'm not going to just buy one. I'm going to buy every series of
Yep.
it. But this year I'm
He
like,
can't help himself.
I know. But this year I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it.
I
I passed up a lot of alcohol this year. A
Yeah.
ton that I could have grabbed. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing it.
Well, there's always
I
next
think
year.
you're running out of room back there, so.
At the end of the day, and I know this is arrogant because I'm arrogant, but at the end of the day, some of the stuff that I have, is rarer than those bottles will ever be. If
Yep.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. So,
It's true.
I got stuff that people look their whole life for and never get it.
Well, at least you're drinking it now.
I am drinking it. I am.
And if you need a bigger cabinet, my cousin Phil,
Yes.
could always help you out with that. So,
There you go. There you go.
Mhm.
I was laughing. You were saying Maker's Mark too. I actually went down a little bit ago to. They had a veteran benefit concert down in Columbus. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
It was Joe Walsh and the James Gang.
Oh, no
Oh,
kidding.
wow.
It was their last ride concert. The last time they're playing together. They did 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, yeah.
They did the Breeders, and they did Black Keys.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Good lineup.
6-hour concert.
No kidding.
Wow.
Every one of them played an absolute full set. It was
I
great.
like the Black Eyed Keys too. I think they're great.
Black Keys.
Black
yeah.
Keys.
Black Eyed. I call
Black
them
Eyed.
That's a
There you
black
go.
eyed
I know
The
that.
Black
but I
Eyed
always-
Peas.
That'd be a good collaboration, though. The Black Eyed Peas with the Black Keys.
Right, with the
I
Black
could
Keys.
see that.
All right.
I could see that.
But I like that band. I liked them when they first came out. They're
Yeah.
Akron boys.
Yep,
They are,
They
yes.
are.
Boys, man.
They are.
Oh, man.
I got in trouble though. The hotel we went to, the room wasn't ready, and they're like, "Yeah." They're like, "It's gonna be a second." And she just reaches over. They had Maker's Mark on tap.
On tap.
On tap. It was a tap handle. She goes and she just takes 2 glasses, essentially pours like triples in both of them. I went down with my dad, and they just put. She slid him over the counter and she said, "You guys entertain yourself for an hour or so. It'll be ready soon."
Awesome.
That sounds like our Pittsburgh airport story.
Yeah,
Oofa.
it was good though.
I can't remember if we talked about that or not, but yeah, that was
It was fun.
probably better that we don't talk about that.
Yeah. Leave it alone. Nothing to see here.
Nothing
Move
to
along.
see here. No. Who gets kicked out of an airport bar? We do.
They have been kicked out of the state of Arizona.
He did.
It is what it is.
He did.
They escorted me right out to the airport.
You don't got to go to Ohio. You just got to
Bye-bye.
get the hell out of here.
Don't come back.
Oh my
It
goodness.
is what it is. At least I saw my cousin out there. I got my January Porsche plate over there from his auto wrecking yard. They do Porsches, Corvettes, and
Ferraris, right?
no, well, they do Ferraris. They do Porsche, Corvette, Ferrari, and Vipers. And they do all over the world.
One of the
top
biggest.
20th Street Auto Parts.
Yep,
Yeah.
in the world.
Great family.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, a lot of them have passed, but
Hmm.
Sonny's
'cause we're
still.
getting old.
Yeah.
So, Wiz, how's life treating you?
Yeah, it was.
Poor.
Poor.
Really? I'm sorry to hear that.
Go ahead.
No, I mean poor.
Oh,
there you go.
Of course,
There's
of course.
the
Oh,
Highland
you
Park.
want this here? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
I didn't realize you were poor.
What is this you're doing now?
Highland Park 12.
Oh, that's because we are doing a scotch
Yeah, so.
for our drink tonight.
And I'm hoping that I'm not the only one that's just taste this one at least. But I have to say I'm really looking forward to tonight's whiskey. And is it maybe time to do a bottle?
Bottle can?
Right
Yeah.
on the bottle can?
We can go
Before
check
we
out the
get
bottle
into
can.
all that.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, put your seatbelt on, kids. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
All right, we are back.
All right.
Greg is so proud of his boot over there with it.
I love that.
The
Das
bottle.
Boot.
It's a good boot.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That is the Christmas whiskey boot.
We got some cool stuff for the whiskey roundtable.
the witches
Witch's
shoe.
shoe. We got
Dorothy's shoe for the normal thing.
We do. We got the red light shoe over there.
Roxanne.
We have to do something. We have to do something for Easter. We have to start.
Yeah, we'll have to get a little bunny or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. So
And yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
It's-
start checking that out.
and this week it's filled with the big Peat.
easy now.
Easy, Pete.
Whoa.
Easy.
Easy.
Easy, Pete.
All righty.
Yeah.
Calm down there, buddy.
All right.
Anyway, so yes, as you said, this is filled with Big Pete. So this is Douglas Lang's Big Pete. They do a Christmas edition every year. This one is actually the 2020 Christmas edition, which is the 10th year that they've put this out. And the Douglas Laing Distillery was established in 1948. It's an independent family-owned Scotch whiskey business, and they are in their 3rd generation.
Yeah, they're a private bottler, and they're really renowned for doing really unique things and really high quality. So again, looking forward very much.
Awesome.
So this is a little bit higher proof than what we tried last time. I
Okay.
think last time we did the Cleveland Whiskey Christmas, which was about 86.
Yeah.
This one is 106.2 proof.
Well, that for a Scottish whiskey, that's good. That's good.
This is an Isla, so
Yeah.
that is, I don't know that I've had an Isla or any Scottish whiskey that's that much proof.
Oh
To be
yeah.
honest.
Well, I think we have. We've had some cask strength ones this year. I can't remember all that we did on Scottish Whiskey Month, but I think we did do a couple. But yeah, in general,
Very rare, yeah.
Yeah, they're usually more in they'll go 80, 90, 100 maybe. But yeah, so it's another reason I'm looking forward to it.
So this, it is 100% malted barley, and it comes from more than one distillery. So with this edition, the distilleries that they get their malts from are Ardbeg, Bowmore, Cole Ela, and Port Ellen.
All on my top list.
All your
And-
favorite food groups.
Exactly,
I was
all
gonna
the
say.
favorite food
That
groups.
sounds like a
And-
party to me.
Yeah, so technically, even though it says it's a blend of single malts. So, when you hear a blended whiskey for Scotch, it usually has neutral grain spirit in it. It's usually the kind of the cheaper, bar scotches and stuff. But this is a vatted malt technically because it's just a mixture of different single malts. So, and that's kind of what Douglas Laing is famous for. So.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I guess
So it's a party in the mouth. Is that what we're trying to say?
I don't know.
I think so.
This is gonna be, Big Pete. I think it's
Whoa.
definitely got its name for a reason.
Yes.
Buckle up.
As soon as you see Ardbeg, you know it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be.
Well, all of those whiskeys on that list are known for their smoky or peaty qualities. So
Now I have not heard of Bowmore or Port Ellen, but Cole Ela I know is very peaty as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
this is gonna be an interesting one. I'm glad I'm going in with the clean palate. Nothing
Yes.
but Pellegrino on this one.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. We about ready to pass it on?
yeah,
I think so. Let's do it. It is very light. I'm over
Yeah, it
here
is.
looking at it, almost thinking, did you fill the glasses up? Or?
well, all of those distilleries that they mentioned that went into this, a lot of their principal whiskeys are very much in this color range. Yeah, because you think, well, peaty, smoky whiskey is going to be dark in color, and that's actually not the case. Most of these Islas are this very, what would you call that? It's like a light straw color.
The color kind of reminds me. I know this isn't, Scotch, but Jim Beam does what they call the Ghost, which is a
Right,
which
almost
is
like
Yes.
yeah, it's got that same look to it.
Yeah.
So it
Like the white dog stuff.
brand new barrels, non-charred.
I'm going to predict it tastes a little different than that.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
All right, let's.
Oh yeah.
I get smoke out of the gate. Damn,
Wow, real peaty.
it's real peaty, but it's not real ethanol-y for the proof.
No.
Yeah, it's not overpowering
No,
at all.
not at all.
Even the peat's there, but it's not smacking you in the face or anything.
Subtle, and it goes away quickly.
Yeah. I get a little, in addition to obviously the peat and some of that roasted smoke in there, you definitely get some maybe a little bit of citrus, almost like, when you cook lemons, like with fish or something, it has that kind of
Yeah, I'm
Lemon,
not getting that. I just get that peatiness and that smokiness, which is actually very pleasurable on the
Let's
nose.
get a little olive too. Like,
Okay,
Yeah.
I could say that.
Yeah, I get that. I also get like kind of like a deep peach kind of thing.
yeah, there's some little stone fruit in there.
Yeah.
It's amazing that can come out through that smoke and peat. But
Yeah.
And as Greg and I have pointed out, it's a first fill bourbon cask, so you're going to get some vanilla.
Right. Smells good. Smells wonderful. What do you got on the? We got on the
What do
nose?
we got on the nose?
Yeah, we got.
Are you asking me, or do you want the actual notes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, the actual notes. Nose, peaty, ashy, sea breeze, minty, get minty, vanilla custard, charred lemon peel, and green apple. I can see the green apple.
The green apple, yeah.
I don't get it.
Well,
at all.
obviously I got
I don't
the
get any
cooked
of that.
lemon, or I said cooked lemon.
I'm just getting.
I'm searching for that mint though. I
Yeah,
want it. I
right.
want it to be there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I'm not getting it.
I can't get it either.
Usually, when you talk about mint, every once in a while, I get it on the palate, not on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
fair.
know.
Well, let's go in and see if we get
Yeah.
it on
Let's
the
get
palate.
into this.
Oh,
Oh, laddie.
oh, is it good?
I knew you were going to like it because you've
'Cause
liked
I'm a
almost
Scotch girl
all.
now.
You've liked almost all of these Islas that we did this year. Like,
Wow, is that good? I get the
Huh.
citrus on the
Mhm.
taste.
That's rough to parse through too, because that almost just numbs your tongue on the way back. Like it definitely hits.
Like
guess
the like the antiseptic chloroseptic.
Chloroset.
In a good way, though.
in a
But in a
good
good way.
bonfire, I got like bonfire black pepper. But it's just in a good way. I just still get some of the citrus, and I get the vanilla. Yeah.
I don't get the vanilla. I don't get the citrus. I get that smoke. I get menthol. I definitely get pepper, and like you said,
Pepper.
it's definitely a fire, but it's not hot, so to say, like a lot of drinks can be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hot that you don't,
Yeah.
it goes away nice. I have just a warming sensation in the
Yes.
pit, but not anything that would bother me. Like I don't like that real high spice, like
Me
some of the Jack Daniel products and different things like that. Now again, I know we're talking Scotch today, but
Yeah.
sometimes I don't like that real high heat.
Yeah.
So that is a very welcoming heat, if you will.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
So
Yeah. It's like good cold,
the
good
aftertaste. is
good
fantastic.
holiday winter night. It's the perfect thing in my book. So it's a great whiskey to be their Christmas release. Beautiful.
It's a sweet heat.
Are we getting another one of those for next year or what?
I'll
I
be
can
happy
try.
to try to grab some.
I can't remember. So this bottle last year, we were supposed to do this bottle last year, and then Greg and I ended up getting sick at the end of last year, so we didn't do any of
Yeah.
our December shows. So I think, if I can remember that far back, I think I got this online, but I don't know
I think you did.
where I got it, and I don't remember how much it costs. But
Yeah.
you could probably find it out there. The new edition, the 2022 edition,
Right.
would be out there. I don't know if you can find the past years.
I did. There were some places online I saw it.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I think that I said menthol type. I want to say that's probably the mint.
I was
coming
just
out.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Because on the aftertaste, after it lingers, I've already drank it. I'm kind of getting that, like when you get a piece of, like a York peppermint patty, and you bite into that, and you get
As
that.
it's fading.
Yeah,
That's,
So I'm going to say maybe that is the mint that I'm getting.
I'm also I get more of the ocean. A little more of the ocean. I didn't get it on the nose as much, but
I could say
on the
it's
palate I'm
salty,
getting
a little
some-
salty.
Yep.
I could say that.
I think there's a lot hidden in that peat flavor too. I'm trying to let my tongue rest a little bit because I'm
That's
getting
what I
a
was
little
doing.
bit of the vanilla in the peat. I'm
Yeah.
getting a little bit of like I can't place what kind of fruit it is, but you get that strong black pepper, but it all presents as a smoky peatiness.
It does.
Smoky what?
Smoky peatiness.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
I told you.
Watch out, little Pete. Watch out, dog. Sit down now. Relax. We've got a whole show.
Poor Zach.
I know.
This is why he doesn't come
That's
around.
right. He's saying to himself. Yeah, this is why. I
Oh, ring
only
it in,
do-
cowboy.
This is
Ring
why
it
I only
in.
do a couple shows a year.
This is the abuse that I have to take, guys.
This week, Zach? No. I got that thing.
I got the
I
thing
have
in
that
place.
thing going on. I don't remember what it is, but I have that thing going on. All right, I'll call you next week.
No, there's good people.
Lose my number.
Good people, good whiskey here. You know I'm happy to come.
Of
Right.
course.
I think that's one of the, in my personal opinion, I mean, we've had a lot of scotches. I'm not, so to say, a scotch person, but I do like certain scotches. We all know that. But I think that drink blends real well with together.
I'm
Even though I
thrilled.
didn't get
Yeah.
a ton of it like you guys did, but it's still very nice.
I'm thrilled because usually you don't like the things that lean smoky peaty. You like kind of more your space sides and things
Right.
like that. So yeah,
Good.
I love it. But that's probably not going to shock anybody.
I'd say for 106.2, can't forget the 0.2.
Yeah,
It does not drink like that high of a proof to me. I think it's sweet. It's mellow. Kind of.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say creamy, but it.
yeah.
It
It's got a
yeah.
good mouthfeel.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else want to say
No,
what they
I
get
don't.
on the? Okay.
Just again, I think we're on the finish or the palate. Yeah, just the charcoal. We're getting the ocean. Still get a little bit of that citrus. I get vanilla, of course, and it's got a nice herbal.
It's not
Call
dry.
it mint, whatever,
it's not
but
dry at all.
and it's a warming finish. It's not
Let me see
too
this for once. I
too
want
overdone.
to see something on here.
Now it's interesting that you said that. You said it's not dry.
It's not dry. I don't get
I
any
think it
dryness
is a
on it.
little dry
I
to
don't
me.
get the dry. I don't get the dry oak at all.
because it's got a little bit of sweetness that I think counteracts it, but it's all like working in the background. Like it doesn't present as sweet, but it has enough sweetness to keep it from being super dry.
It's very pleasurable. It's
Yeah.
very nice.
It's
It is.
almost like when I have a Cabernet, like
Mhm.
it's got that same kind of tannin
Yeah.
feel to it, and that's what I get from this. But again, it's in a good way. It's not anything bad. It's just something that I noticed.
Yeah, all natural cask strength. So they obviously acquired casks from all these different Isla distilleries and blended them to great success.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. Say if anybody wanted an extra drink.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I didn't mean
Probably.
to take it away from
No,
you
no,
guys.
No, no. I
you're
pour.
good,
I
you're good.
record. I record.
I don't like when we did the Cleveland whiskey Christmas bourbon. You really got the feel that was a Christmassy type of
Yeah,
drink. Where
holiday.
I don't. This doesn't strike me as a Christmassy type of drink.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's anything particularly Christmassy about it, other than, like as I said, it would go nice on a winter's eve.
I was gonna say if I was snowed in, that is what I'm reaching for.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right. Notes on the palate: intense, smoky, earthy, fresh ground pepper, stone fruits, pickled lemon, and a big hit of peat smoke
I agree.
with a long-lasting finish.
It does have a nice long finish.
Yeah.
Pickled
Nice
lemon.
I know I've never had pickled
Yeah,
lemon.
I was gonna say I don't think I have a reference for what pickled lemon tastes like.
Well, I said, grilled,
Yeah, you were
cooked
saying
lemon,
that.
and that came up. So there's definitely a lemon,
Yeah.
at least according to others. So.
Nice.
All right, so let's have a second reminder bottle cam before we get into the score.
All right, hang on. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
it's so crazy to me when you had that Merry Christmas at the end. It's still, I cannot believe where the heck this year went. This is just
I know.
crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I know. It does seem like it flew by, and thinking of that, we did 30. This is the 31st show, and so I guess if we did do that complete average of one a week, it'd be like 1/7 of a year. But this is like a 12th of a year, I guess we got in. But anyway, yeah, it did seem to fly by.
Whew, crazy.
All right, ready to score? What do we got?
Who wants to start off this week?
I'll
Zach?
start off.
Zach,
if you
why don't
like.
you start us off?
Now that I've had a little bit more time to spend with it too, I'm rating this a little higher than I thought I would. I think I'm gonna go with a 4.4. It's
Wow.
There's a lot of complexity.
Yeah.
As you said, it's a higher proof, but it doesn't hit you too hard. I know this is probably a hard one to find, but I might try to track down a bottle.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
To no success, I'm sure, but
Zach, I'm right with you. There's no doubt this is a whiskey I would like if I could have it, find it, all that. I would love to have it. 4.1 for me. So,
It's funny, as you guys are sitting here talking, I'm tasting the mint. Like, almost like
Yeah.
I brushed my teeth, kind of toothpastey.
you gotta
Kind
let
of.
this one rest. There's a
is
lot
right.
hidden in there.
No, I am getting it, and you're right. It is very complex, and there's a lot of different layers to it, which I like. I think it's interesting. It just kind of keeps going. I'm going to give this a solid 4.0.
nice.
Gee, what do you think?
Me not being the Scotch guy, I thought this was very good. I have to go with the 4.0 myself.
Oh, gee, a 4.0 on this Isla whiskey. I love it. I don't know. For some reason, that just makes me happy.
I love it.
Did
I
you
don't.
try this?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, for me, it's just the peat's a little bit heavy for me, but great mouthfeel. I give it a 3.8.
3.8.
I'm going to still give you some applause because for Shauna, who really doesn't typically like anything peaty or smoky,
That was
that's
nice.
pretty good. Yeah, somehow it does all that. It's got all that Isla peat smoke, but it is, for some reason, it's a little more balanced and accessible, I think, for most people that don't usually like those kind of whiskeys. And I can't put my finger on why, but
Yeah.
but it's that rich mouthfeel. There's a certain softness to this.
Very much so.
It really works. I don't well, Douglas Laing, that they've been at it a long time. They know what they're doing. They blend whiskeys. So
Yeah, and I had never heard of them until I found this
Yeah.
bottle. So it might be another one I've got to kind of poke around, see what other
yeah,
offerings they have. Absolutely.
yes,
Have you had other Douglas Langs?
yes. They're one of the top, I would say, 5 bottlers that do this kind of thing. We've talked. I did a Wizard episode on all these different blenders and bottlers, but they each have their kind of niche and they do a certain kind of a thing. And some of them they'll try to find a unique cask from one of these distilleries, and they'll take that and then they'll hold on to it for a while. Then they'll just release it as a let's say a Colila 15-year-old or something that they got from the distillery. And the distillery, it's complex, but sometimes the distillery will think, well, we've got this cask and it's not quite fitting with our typical thing, so we'll offer this up to a private bottler. Well, some of them will just take those and hang on and then just bottle that single cask. Others, like Douglas Laing, will take unique barrels, but then they'll blend them, which is what they do. And but there's a kind of a gamut out there, but there's some really good ones that do a good job.
I will say I was looking up the prices on Douglas Laing right now. Surprisingly affordable. Even on the websites, which they can really get up there, most of them are in the 40s and 50s for most of their blends. So
Oh, that's not bad at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. For
And
the
just
American shipping sites,
To
they're usually
clarify,
gouging you on
most
some
of them, when they say blend, it's just really a mixture of single malt. So
Yeah.
there's no neutral grain spirit put in them. They're just blends, vatted malts. They're blends of single malts. So.
So would this be considered an infinity bottle?
It's the same in a way. It's a concept, but they've taken 5 casks. It'd be almost like if you took 5, let's say Greg and I said, well, we're going to take these 5 single malt full bottles, you put them in a bigger container, and you mix them all together, and you make your own, that's
Like a
kind of
Harry
what
Buffalo party.
Yeah, you make a, there's only 5 whiskeys in there. In other words, like our infinity bottles, it takes a year.
Multiple.
There's
Yeah.
so much in
Hence
them.
the word infinity.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
they'll take that cask, those 5 casks from different island, in this case island distilleries, and they just put them together. So they have essentially 5 barrels worth. They'll bottle it and release it. And when they run out, and that's it till next year or whatever. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I will just say, and this is kind of funny, but I bought this because it was Christmassy, and we're always looking Halloween. We're always looking for the Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
Christmas, we're always looking for Christmas. And to me, when I saw the label, I was like, this looks a little cheesy. I don't know.
It really does.
It's got that. I guess
When you brought that out, I'm like,
But if you
excuse
see
me.
their other, they have other big
I
peats,
don't know.
and they all have that same guy, that scraggly looking guy on them.
Yeah,
that's
like
who
that
is Big
gnome
Pete,
guy
I guess.
with
Yeah.
And it's just funny because I was not expecting anything, even though it's got the Ardbeg and the Colila in it. I wasn't expecting anything. A lot of what I buy, I look at. It's got to be visually pleasing to me. And normally, this is not something I would have picked up off the shelf, but
Right.
I'm glad I did.
You know what they say, some of the best books have the worst covers.
Hey,
Yeah.
And some of the worst books have the best covers.
they say that about me all the time.
Yeah.
It's like it is kind of a. It's almost a bottom shelfy looking kind of.
It's kind of cheesy looking.
Packaging,
To be, I mean,
label,
just
yeah.
being honest, yeah.
But it's it is very holiday looking. That's why we were attracted to it, and good job. I mean, Karen.
This is why I get my
Karen
name,
Helen Keller. She
Yeah.
just gets a hunch. She buys stuff, and it's always great. So
That's what I do, kids.
Well,
All right. So
we got completing our Whiskey Wizard. We got our part 2 of the Boutique Advent Calendar, where none other than producer Zach and my son Cameron helped me finish off the Drinks by the Dram Boutique Advent Calendar for the holidays. We'll see you after this.
Whiskey Wizard. It's the Whiskey Wizard.
Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge, an artisan's skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. Tonight it's part 2 of our review of the Drinks by the Dram Holiday Advent Calendar, and this time we're reviewing that Boutique Whiskey Collection version. In case you missed last week's part 1, last holiday season, for the 2nd year in a row, my kids got me another one of these whiskey advent calendars, which make great holiday gifts. Now in part 2, I had producer Zach and my son Cameron help out with assessing the final 6 selections. These 2 guys really helped me get this review across the finish line during the last holiday season as well. So let's go with part 2 of our review. Well, hello and welcome to night 3 of our sampling of the Drinks by the Dram, that Boutique Whiskey Collection, and December 23rd. And producer Zach Fries is here as my guest to help me do this. Okay, and so for tonight's first choice, we have the Aberlour 9-year-old batch 1 single malt Scottish whiskey. The Aberlour 9-year-old batch 1. First 3 that we did, they were very light. The second night, kind of in the middle, but not quite as light. But this is, again, is very light, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It almost looks like a.
We've kind of got
lighter one.
the dim Christmas lighting going here, but still I can tell this is really, really pale. Okay, well I'm going to nose. Oh, our proof here is 49.6.
Yeah, it's definitely not overwhelming on the ethanol or anything like that.
No.
It's that nice sweet spot.
Very pleasant. I get some like fresh cut grass in there, and some more, definitely some malt.
Definitely. I'm getting a lot of sweetness out of that malt on the nose
Yeah,
too.
a little bit almost like candy sugar. I don't get a lot of peat for sure, so it's not, again, for Aberlour.
I'm getting one deeper note that I'm trying to parse out though. I can't figure out exactly what it is. It's almost like a honey and a stone fruit mix that I'm
Yeah.
getting.
I'm going to call it pear. Maybe it's just, just because it's
I could
Christmas
see it.
time, but
I could see that.
it's somewhere in that.
The color definitely suggests it too.
Yes, there's a light fruit. There's a light fruit in there. Okay, well, I'm gonna taste this thing.
I'm ready.
No, I can tell this is a little on the young side.
Definitely.
Getting a lot of the wood and oak. It's very kind of a little on the green side.
I always call it like a greenwood note. I know
Yeah.
it's not exactly accurate, but
Right, because it's an ex-bourbon cask, so it's not like it's green oak or fresh oak. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get more. It just has a greener taste. It's funny, towards the back of the tongue I get like a heavy butterscotch, a little bit of what's the word? What's the key? All right, well, our second whiskey for tonight is a Ball Blair 7-year-old batch 1. Ball Blair 7-year-old batch 1. All right, whiskey number 2, night 3. Very light colored whiskey again,
Even
because it's young. For again, 7 years. That's young for a single malt. Ball Blair 7-year-old batch 1.
it's got a certain must to it. That
Yeah,
doesn't give
yeah.
it justice, but I'm trying to figure out what it is.
There's kind of a dusty leather, or it's got a unique note. And then I get a little bit of like ground coffee.
Yeah, I definitely get the ground coffee.
But yeah, it's kind of a leather.
Yeah, it's almost like musty leather in the best way possible.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting any sweetness off the nose whatsoever.
No, I don't get any fruits or candy kind of aromas on this.
That should be interesting, though.
Well, let's try it then.
Let's go.
Wow. definitely got some peat in this one, but I didn't get it
Definitely
on.
some peat.
Didn't get it on the nose. So,
A little bit of spiciness too.
yeah, some spice.
Hey, you can't pick up the peat on the nose at all for this one.
It's definitely there on the palate. Actually like that. Oh, you know what? We didn't score the previous one. Dang it.
Oh, we're scoring. I'm new at this. You gotta remember.
No, yeah, that's my bad. So, Zach, what would you score our first whiskey tonight? The Aberlour 9-year-old batch 1.
You going 1 to 5, 1 to 10?
Yeah, our normal
Okay.
round table.
Absolutely. It's a good everyday drinker. Definitely on the young side.
Yeah.
A little bit on the sweet side. For that one, I'd say 2.8.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I was
So-
going to say, just kind of a straight
Yeah.
down the center.
Right with you, right? That's exactly what I was going to say. Okay, so now we're back to our discussion on the Balblair 7-year-old batch 1. Okay, again, some peat.
It has a high note that comes through, like, right at the finish. There's a little bit of spiciness.
Just a little bit of oceanic salt. I would call brine, and then I don't get the coffee, but I get just like a little bit of Dutch chocolate or something.
Yeah, right at the end,
Well,
I get the bitter chocolate. But it's almost like a lemon pith that I get, like that bitter.
Yeah, exactly, like a lemon zest kind of.
It's not the full citrus.
No,
but-
it's not. No, but there, a little bit of that lemon brine bitter that you get. You know what? It's young, but again, it's more. I like the peaty whiskeys.
Oh yeah,
And,
absolutely.
And, I'm all for a good lowland, honeyed, sweet, heathery kind of Scotch now and again, and I love my Glenmorangies in a lot of space on it. But I still, when I get that peat, to me that just tastes like Scotland, and there's just enough of that in here that, well, I'll cut to the chase. That brings me up on this one to about I would say a 295.
Yeah, it's. I don't want to give it credit because it's definitely super young, super light, but it punches so far above its weight.
Yeah.
It's got a great evolution in the glass.
Yeah. I'd say unlike a lot of these that we've had, the palate delivers more than the nose promises, right? So that's kind of, I always like that in a whiskey.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm actually going to have to go with 3-1 on this one because it's not mature, it's not all the way there, but there's no off notes on it whatsoever. And
Right.
for a young whiskey with that, young generally,
Yeah.
whiskey with that much of an evolution, like usually it steers somewhere that I don't like, but
Yeah, right.
there's no off notes in there that I can tell.
No. Biggest challenge is getting them out of the box.
I was going to say.
Okay, so for our next selection, it is the Glen Elgin 12-year-old batch 5. 12-year-old. Did I say? Yeah. Glen Elgin 12-year-old batch 5. All right. Oh, and our proof on this one, 49.1.
Perfect.
So I think these are probably single casks that they then, are cutting down. That's what I would guess, but I don't know. Batch.
That would certainly make sense. I mean, they're
Yeah.
probably either using the mini casks or just grabbing some, along the way and letting it go further into something else.
Well, a lot of these private bottlings come from, the distiller may go, they might be 7 years in and go, the way this is developing, doesn't fit our profile, and then they'll offer those for sale to these independent bottlers. So.
Oh, that certainly makes
Yeah.
sense.
So, anyway, again, another light whiskey. This is a 12-year-old, though, right?
Yeah, I was going to say. It's right in the middle of the list, too.
Glen Elgin. It escapes me where that distillery is.
It's a little bit thinner than the other ones, too.
Not, you'd expect more legs on the 12-year-old, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's try the nose.
That's an odd, almost like grapefruit nose.
Yeah.
on it? Is that what you're getting?
Yeah, I get a little bit of grapefruit, and I get some other, like, almost grape, just grapefruit and regular green grapes, white grapes, if you would.
Yeah, it's got tartness to it,
And
for sure.
then there's a little bit of butter, some kind of buttery sweetness in there.
Yeah, for sure. It has the sweetness. It has the roundness. I'm a little bit worried about this one. I like everything in the nose, but I think it could go south pretty fast.
All right, well, let's find out.
Absolutely.
Sanjava.
Indeed.
Oh. Very pleasant for me. I find it pleasant on the palate. I get some anise. And then definitely some sweet, some almost like rock candy. And that's a surprise.
I don't understand that. It was straight citrusy and kind of tart on the nose, and it goes in like silk. It's got a little bit of heat at the end. But
yeah, it's very
silky.
rounded and silky. It's quite intriguing. I really like that, I gotta say. Seems like every night our third whiskey has been the best, and I think this is going to end up being no exception to that. What do you say, Zach?
I'm gonna have to go with a 3-3 on this one. Just because it's so easy on the front, and the finish is just complex enough that it keeps it interesting.
I'm going all the way to a 3-5. This is one that, if I could find it, probably won't be the kind of thing I'm going to find any day on the shelves of Ohio retail outlets. But like all these, I think they're kind of one of a kind. And again, we're reviewing this overall package here, which is the Boutique selection. I would guess that these are all over time going to vary, but I want to give you a good idea because, again, I think this is a good product overall and a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so 3.5 for me. Again, I really enjoy this. All right, so this kind of concludes our third night of that Boutique whiskey collection from Drinks by the Dram Advent Calendar, and we'll be continuing on Christmas Eve with my son Cameron as we sample the last three, or that Boutique whiskey collection from Drinks by the Dram Advent Calendar, and so we're going to do our last three tonight.
All right, here we go. I do have to say, I'll just mention, I did get one of they release fifths of a bottle.
Now, of
very
each
limited
of these very
quantities.
ones?
Probably. I'm not entirely sure. The one that I had was an 20-year-old Altmore, which I spent about $50 on it for a little bottle. There's only about 500, I think, that they made it all, and it was exceptional. So I'm pretty excited to see what they've got cooking here.
So our first whiskey for this final night is the Tomatin 11-year-old. The Tomatin 11-year-old batch 4. So every one of these whiskeys in this collection have been a batch number. So again, these are private bottlings. The Tomatin 11-year-old.
I mean, it's definitely Tomatin. It smells
Yeah.
exactly like Tomatin.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like totally
yeah.
that like brown sugar
Mhm.
and vanilla, just straight up like.
A little bit of like biscuit,
Yep, absolutely.
and maybe a hint of like herbal anise. something.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's also something a little bit more pungent buried in there.
That's a beautiful nose. That's
Yeah, it's a real. Oh, it's a bit to me. That's just like, yep, that's Tomatin. That's exactly what.
And this is
There, the 12
still a
seeds,
fairly
yeah.
light colored whiskey, and you haven't obviously been here for the other ones, but they've all been fairly light in color.
It's not a lot of
ranging
sherry.
almost from clear to slightly straw colored like this is. Okay, well, shall we?
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons that we've had these light colored whiskeys because these are all been young.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely.
Oh,
Wow,
it's our
that's
proof.
good.
Our
Yeah, I
proof
was
here.
curious.
This is a 51. So
Yeah.
for Scottish whiskey, that's on the
pretty
high side.
good,
So this
yeah.
is probably
But it's not. It's not a.
It
cask
doesn't
strength.
say cask.
I don't. Think
No,
it
it's
would
not
be a
cask.
strength. It would
No,
have to
it's
be
too
really
low.
old.
Too
Yeah,
low
it would
for
have to be
cask strength.
really old if that
But
was a cask
when they did the private bottling,
It's an 11, so it's an 11-year-old
Yeah.
bottle.
Mhm.
Yeah,
they didn't cut it down.
or 11-year-old barrel,
Yeah.
I should say. Yeah. No, it's pretty good.
Mhm.
That's really good. I mean, to be honest, it does remind me a lot of the 12. Wish I could compare them. I mean, this definitely is a little bit more robust.
Usually,
Definitely
when they
more
offer these
spirited.
up for, if they offered this up at 11 years old for a private bottler, there's a chance it was a little bit out of spec, out of their what they
What they
consider
were looking
traditional for their 12-year-old.
One thing that's really unique that is different from the 12 is, although the 12 has a lot of butterscotch flavor in it, this one, the finish,
And so,
it's like
and the 12 also, their 12 to me is butterscotch and has raisin.
raisins for sure. That's, I think, actually what I was getting.
And
at
I don't,
those.
and yeah.
But the finish on this, it's not as strong as probably. The finish to me is super buttery, butterscotch, caramel, just like it
has a
lingers
nice-
on your tongue.
nice,
really nicely,
long, rounded finish
really nicely.
where you get more of those caramel notes. Well, okay, so this is the Tomatin
The 11.
11 batch 4.
Yeah.
And Cam, what's your score on this one?
Honest, I mean it's delicious, but I think I'm gonna give it a 3.
3.0.
It's just a 3. I mean, I don't know that it stands out to me significantly from the 12 as something special. I think the 12 is a really good whiskey.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I think the 12 is really good, so that's not to demean it in any way. But it's like, you know, I know that these guys tend to be a little bit pricey, and for the price, it's like I'd probably just get a 12. It's
Yeah, me too. I think, it doesn't, it's not, I mean, it still feels like it needs to just grow up just a little bit, but I'll go maybe a 3.1 on this. I do find it very pleasant.
I mean, it's great.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
I
about
wouldn't-
this I like.
I wouldn't be upset about it at all. It's not like it's something that I don't enjoy. But all right,
Okay, so let's get our.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Yes, it's the Tenayek 10-year-old batch 3. This is one that neither Cameron or I have heard of.
Probably UK only, or maybe EU.
So far, everything I believe has been Scottish.
Oh yeah, but I think they only do Scotch. this company only does Scotch.
No, if you
Oh, really? They
always
had
do everything. You can
really.
imagine, to gin,
Oh, I
to-
actually
to
really.
rum. Yeah, in fact, if you recall, last year's when you and I did it, we had a
Well,
bourbon in
the
there.
I meant that boutique whiskey company.
Oh, the
I think
boutique
only
whiskey.
does Scotch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. That's
The
true.
hard to find whiskey, like they're the drinks by the dram. Sorry, they
Did
do-
you already
Yeah, we're good.
get the other side of it?
The drinks by the dram definitely do everything, for sure. But this one. Yeah, again, I don't know if, I know that they're a newer company, but like I said, the stuff that I've gotten from them has all been very, it's been, the stuff that I've seen and gotten from them has all been,
49.2 proof.
yeah.
And
Look at that's really
10-year-old.
really light.
So
That's
by
really-
and large, these have been private bottlings of young whiskeys. That's kind of what I would sum this up as. Get another
You can
light
see it here. There's some,
and useful whiskey. So going in on the nose.
ooh, wow. It's a little spicier
Yes.
at first. You get that alcohol.
No, it's slightly less proof than the last, believe it or not.
Yeah. But it doesn't have any of those.
So I get some more of anise,
yeah, that's strong anise, right?
and there's something floral in there, a little heather, maybe.
And I do get a little
And
brown
some
sugar.
brown sugar, vanilla. So I'm sure first fill, X.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Bourbon
definitely
cask.
an ex-bourbon. Oh man, the anise is really strong on this. I don't know if I've ever had a whiskey that had that much anise on the nose. It's like almost.
I find it.
Oh no, I love it. I mean, it's great.
It's got it's got decent legs for this age, and okay, let's try it.
Wow. Oh
So-
man. Oh, that is smooth.
Very soft.
That is
very
smooth. Oh man.
very good mouth feel.
Yeah, totally. You know what it reminds me of is the Inchgour. The flora
does.
and fauna
Yeah.
Inchgour is what it really reminds me of. It's so mellow and
Yeah, that was quite a surprise.
yeah, especially with the nose. I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be kind of a little hotter and herbal, but the palate is super just
And then at the end, you
Smooth
kind of get that explosion
buttery.
of kind of herbal.
oh yeah, in the finish it comes back up.
But it's more of a, to me, on the finish, instead of the anise, it's more of a green tea.
Yeah, like a
almost.
matcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's really smooth on the palate. It's like there's not, it's sweet, not but like cane sugar kind of, not like I almost feel like on the palate it's almost too smooth, where it's like it goes down really easy, but nothing really sticks out to me flavor wise.
I
But then
get
the
like a
finish,
nice-
you get
yeah.
all that herbal stuff you were smelling in the nose. That all comes back in the finish.
I think it'd even be a good Lindsay whiskey.
Oh yeah, it's super mellow. It's really, really smooth on the palate. It's like
Oh yeah,
it's like super easy to
that's
drink.
just
Yeah.
flavor. There's no burn.
Yeah, totally. I know. That was really. I'll have to find one
Yeah.
of these or find out about it. That's exceptional. I wonder if this is one of those whiskeys that mostly goes into blends because it's so
I'll
mellow.
bet it
I
is.
bet it goes in. I
I'll
bet it
bet
goes
it
in
is.
Chivas or something.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see.
That's
I don't
why
know
we've
who
never.
the-
That's why we've never heard of it. I'd put money down that this is.
This
a
is
whiskey
one that goes into
almost entirely goes into blends.
So I wonder-
Leaning towards some of these more subtle ones. This one, I think I would go as far. I would give it a 4. If I saw this on the shelf, I would buy it for sure. I mean that depending on the price.
Yeah.
If it was you know, I'm very curious to taste with something that doesn't taste like it like a 15.
Yeah.
I
If you
think then
took
it
the
would be
same whiskey,
really like. Then I'd
At least
spend some money on that.
another 2 years in the
Yeah.
cask. I think this will just be an exquisite whiskey.
Yeah, I think you
But-
really get some.
Yeah, I mean, but again, it's got so much. It hits above its weight for
sure.
for its years.
For sure. I mean, again, it was like after I smelled it, I was expecting something a lot more.
Did we do a rinse?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
I was expecting something a lot more potent, but it was so nice and smooth. And
All right. So a little drum roll.
This is our last whiskey, right?
This is our.
Rum pum pum pum.
I'm gonna insert some sound effects there, but anyway, here we go. So here we are with our 12th whiskey from That Boutique Whiskey Company's whiskey collection from Drinks by the Dram. So our final in the 12 Days of Christmas. So we've got the Tanayak 11-year-old batch 2.
So we just had the
We
10.
just had
we just had the 10, and now we're gonna do the 11.
Oh, this is
How about
fantastic.
that? That's pretty great.
We were just-
That's pretty great.
We were just lauding over how good that was and interesting and great, and now we're going to get to taste another one that's spent another year,
Yeah.
batch
Oh,
2.
that'll be great.
Presumably a separate cask,
Oh yeah.
aged another year longer, so it'll be a great, fun comparison.
Right, and we both know how much a single cask can
Oh, do
vary
your
depending
B-roll
on
there.
where it's been aged and all that kind of stuff. Oh, Zach says, leaving now.
Okay. It'll be perfect. We'll be all.
Yeah, we'll be done.
We can just give him social attention when he gets. Yeah, so the Tanayak 11-year-old batch 2 is our final whiskey, and I'm excited about that. I'm glad the order because these that last whiskey was definitely for me the best of the
Yeah,
series so
that
far,
was
and
really
this
good.
one I have big hopes based on the last one.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited to taste this. And I really kind of like that they did them back to back.
Yeah.
You know, when they were doing this, they must
Right,
have...
because for this kind of a tasting, it really made it nice as a comparison. Like
especially
if
'cause
I'd
we
had
like
this
that
on the
last
first
one so
night,
much.
now we come to tonight, I wouldn't be so fresh in my mind as a way to compare. So
Again, that
Okay, I
really
guess
light
I'll do
color. Yeah, that
do the
really
honors
light color.
on this one.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't talked about it already, I do have to say the whole presentation with these advent calendars is really nice. I mean, every single one of these little bottles has, individually labeled, hand waxed, like really nice presentation. Like, and the whiskey, of course, is what you're here for, but I have to say they definitely didn't forget about the packaging, and all these little pictures on the front here are pretty funny. Like, so for this one, there's all these Scottish guys at church and some guy standing on a soapbox, like, talking to them. It's kind of cute. Anyway. But the whiskey...
I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Yeah, they all have these cute little pictures on them.
Yeah, so a lot of detail, a lot of thought put into them, and it just makes it fun. It's a great thing around the holidays, as I've said, and we've promoted these a lot. So and there's a wide range of these, not just even Scottish whiskey. There's American whiskey. There's a range that are just bourbon. There's some that are just rye. Then there's rums. So whatever somebody's fancy is. So if there's anybody on your Christmas list, there's definitely a choice for them on Drinks by the Dram. So, all right, we're completing That Boutique Whiskey
This is it.
Company collection with the Tanayak 11-year-old batch 2. All right, so let's nose this guy. Okay,
Very similar,
you can tell that it's got the same DNA.
but it's a little... Well, I want to say it's a little more subtle, but maybe it's because I just had the other one.
47.9.
So
alcohol.
it is a little bit more mellow.
Yeah, they
Too-
just a slight bit more dilute.
Now I'm getting more. This one smells more like the last one tasted. I feel like it still has the anise,
Mm-hmm.
still has a little bit of the alcohol, but you get to
There's
the breadier kind of
Biscuit
you know,
and caramel in this one too. But it's still very bright, and again, color-wise,
Yeah, look at the. I mean,
almost
it's
like
like almost clear. You know, it's really light.
I'm sure these. Yeah,
It's really light.
It does have a lot in common with the Inchgauer.
It's an 11. I wonder
Maybe a
where.
little
I mean,
more
this
bis-
has to be a Highland, right? A Highland
I'm gonna
whiskey?
guess it's. I'm gonna guess it is. That's the thing you don't really know on these.
Yeah.
You know, I might when I release the final video, I might add that research in there.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's so delicate, like you know. And I think it's because I just had the last one when the anise really jumped out, so I might be
But I get a little bit more biscuit.
definitely. That's what I was saying.
more-
Definitely more of those bready.
Like a sweet biscuit kind of
Mm-hmm.
on the nose. Okay, let's taste. Interesting. Very good. Another good mouthfeel. I can feel a little
Uh-huh.
red coating on my
Yeah.
tongue, and there's again a nice smooth.
Really nice mouthfeel, but I feel like this one's a lot more pronounced
Mm-hmm.
than the last one we had.
I feel like it's got a little more oak and vanilla than the other.
Definitely not as smooth as the last one. Like not as just like that one just washed right down. This one's got a lot more body, a lot more going on. Now I get this one in the finish. There's a lot more anise than the last one.
Yeah,
There's a lot more
it's a little more pronounced, but I think
of those herbal flavors. I'm getting like
but it holds
Even a
up.
little bit of-
It holds up well because there's a little more the cask vanilla caramel
Yeah.
sweetness to
Yeah.
balance it.
yeah. It tastes like, you know what it tastes like are, I don't know what they're called, but you know those cookies, the flat, crisp. You know what I'm talking about? Mrs. Pack used to always make pizzelles. That's what it tastes like because it's got all that sugary sweetness, that you know, and breadiness like a cookie, but it has that. This to me has a lot more of the anise that you smelled in the last
Yeah.
one. You taste it in this
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
That almost tastes like those cookies.
But I agree with you too. I think this distillery is mostly going into blends
It's gotta be.
because it's that's quite. Now
That's pretty good.
I'm going to let you go first on this.
On this one, personally, I think I would give this one a 4 as well. I think that's really good. It is definitely different. It's fun to taste. Just same distillery. This is 1 year difference, just 2 different barrels. How, like, you can tell it's the same distillery, but definitely has different character. Like, it wasn't the same drinking experience at all.
Different cask, so could have been in a different place in storage. Different, slightly microclimate than the other one. And of course, every cask is different, so there's all those
Right.
variations that you get with Scotch.
Right.
But the DNA is definitely there. It's spent
Right.
another year in the barrel. It's just only
Right. So
made
it just
it
has a little bit more.
made it better. I'm going all the way with the 4 as well on this one. If I see this distillery, I'll probably pick some up. I'd love to have
Yeah.
another bottle of that because
Yeah, you might have to check with Hart Brothers, or I'm sure Boutique probably does a bottling. From
I'm
these
just
guys,
curious
yeah.
if the distillery does any of their own, what
Any
they
of their
actually
own
release.
releases.
You know,
Yeah, well,
or-
like I said, so we'll we'll find out. We'll do some research on where this goes. I'm guessing it probably goes into blends. And because I've never heard of it, although, I'll have to just do some research for that to see. I haven't heard of it, so that makes me think it's not a Diageo brand, which makes me think Chivas, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
really good.
really good. So, we're going to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Once again, another holiday review of a Drinks by the Dram Advent calendar. This is the 12-day That Boutique Whiskey Collection. And back to the Wizard. Many thanks, Zach and Cameron. I really appreciate your passion and expertise. Thanks again to Matt Sosa and Joe Fragapane for their help on part 1 of our review. All in all, this was another great whiskey tasting holiday advent calendar experience. I would probably rate the first year selection a bit higher overall, but still I think we all thoroughly enjoyed the That Boutique Whiskey Collection. And there's still many to choose from for future holiday fun here on the Whiskey Roundtable. This is Douglas Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard, for the Whiskey Roundtable. Have a happy holiday season. Cheers, Slanjava. And now, back to the live show.
All right, and we are back.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, kids. Well, I think that wraps us up for 2022.
It does.
Yeah. We thank you all for watching again. And remember, if you don't catch us live, please watch us whenever it's convenient. Again, it's all those likes and those views that help us keep this thing going. So yeah, as Greg said, we'll be off for our typical winter break, and we'll see you all sometime in early 2023. So stay tuned on our Facebook page. We'll be announcing whenever our first show of the year starts off, and we kick it all off for another year of the Whiskey Roundtable. Wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy holidays. We love you all, and thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll leave you with a closing quote. This one comes from Winston Churchill, who said, "While I can't walk on water, I can certainly wobble on whiskey." So
there we go.
All right, kids. Hey, thanks for watching again. Happy holidays. Be safe. Love everybody. Until then, we are your hosts, Big G,
Karen Helen Keller,
Doug Dunbar,
And sometimes Zach.
and sometimes producer Zach.
Well, he's always Zach. He's just sometimes here. Sometimes not.
We'll see you in 2023.
See you in 2023,
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
So long.
Bye.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams' songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. he stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee.